Alright, 5th graders, here's your review for Tuesday, October 25th. Your quiz is next Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday. Make sure that you have your multiplication chart out so that you can reference it during this review. If you do not have it, you need to pause the recording and go grab it so you can have it for reference. The first thing you need to know for your quiz is your composite versus prime numbers. Your composite numbers are numbers with 2 or more factors, and your prime numbers are numbers with only 2 factors. And I have included your top 10 prime lists down here. You need to make sure you study those and know those for your quiz. Alright, the next thing you need to know is algebraic expression. Your algebraic expression works like this. Mary works for 5 days at the ballpark in Arlington to support the Texas Rangers. She is paid $25 a day. Mary had $17 in her checking account. After payday, how much money does Mary have in her checking account altogether? So you're going to think to yourself, alright self, Miss Mary is working for 5 days times 25. Instead of doing 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25, you're going to use your multiplication. 25 times 25 plus she had $17 in her checking account equals X. For algebraic expression, you do not need to solve for this. You just need to be able to write out the equation. So our equation is 25 times 5 plus 17 equals X. And X is going to represent how much she had all together. Alright, the next thing you need to know are your common factors of 28 and 48. Your think bubble for this is going to be factors equals t-chart. So your factors equals your t-chart. So you're going to come down here and you're going to do a t-chart for 28. And you're going to come over here and do your t-chart for 48. Alright, you get to play Shazam by yourself. Here we go. You always start with 1. 1 times 28. Alright, think to yourself, can I write 2? Oh, you can write 2 because 28 is an even number. Miss O'Neill doesn't know what 28 divided by 2 is, so I'm going to come over here and do some quick math. 1 times 2 is 2. Bring down your 8. 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract, I get 0. So my factor pair for 2 is going to be 14 because 2 times 14 is 28. Alright, you're going to think to yourself, 3. Can I write 3? Look at your multiplication chart. You cannot write 3, so let's skip to 4. Can I write 4? Look at your multiplication chart. Sure enough, I can. 4 times 7. How about 5? Can I write 5? No. 6. Can I write 6? No. 7 is already there. Shazam. You are done with this t-chart for 28. Your factors now for 48. You're going to come over here and play Shazam again. 1 times 48. 2. Can I write 2? Ooh, I can, but I don't know what its pair is. So I'm going to come over here real quick and do my division. On your quiz, Miss Wolfla and I need to be able to see that you can come over here and do your quick division. Do not think, oh, I know what this is. Come over here and take the time to work out your problem. 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down your 8. 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So your factor pair for 2 is going to be 24. So you're going to write 24 here. Alright, you're going to think to yourself, 3. Is 48 divisible by 3? Miss O'Neill doesn't know. Finish out this equation here. Miss O'Neill doesn't know, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to work. 48 divided by 3. This is a 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down your 8. 18 divided by 3 is going to be 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Your remainder is 0. Alright, so your factor pair for 3. I indeed can put 3 down as a factor of 48. 3 and 16. Alright, now you're working towards your multiplication chart. How about 4? Can I write down 4? Reference your multiplication chart. Here we go. 4 times 12 is 48. How about 5? Can't write 5. How about 6? Ooh, I can write 6. 6 and 8. 6 times 8 is 48. How about 7? Can I write down 7? Nope, can't write down 7. 8 is already there. Shazam! You are done. So after you are done with your T-charts, you are going to come and you are going to list your factors horizontally by doing U-turn. So here we go, 28 factors. You're going to start with 1, work your way down, and then come back up the left side. 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. Then I'm going to come down right below it and put my factors for 48. For 48. So my factors, I'm going to come here and I'm going to U-turn. And I'm going to start with 1. And then I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, and then finally 48. Ooh, that's a lot. Now you can compare, because coming back up to our question, we want to know what the common, ding, 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 common factors of 28 and 48 are. So you can circle them, or you can get your highlighter out and do your highlighter. So I'm going to think to myself down here, alright, 1 and 1 are in both lists. I can highlight them, or you can circle them. 2 is in the same list. How about 3? Oh, 3's not in the same list. Common factors means both lists. 4's in both lists. Can't do 6 or 7, not 8. Keep looking. Oh, those are my only 3 common factors. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to write common factors are going to be the ones that you highlighted, the ones that are in both lists. 1, 2, and 4. And then your GCF, your greatest common factor, is going to be your largest number in that list, is 4. Alright, you need to simplify your fractions using the greatest common factor. Remember, factor equals T-chart. So here's your first fraction we're going to work with, 6/18. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do my T-chart for 6 and my T-chart for 18. Miss O'Neill's going to split this down the middle so that we know we're working with one problem over here, and then this second problem we'll get to in a minute. So here we go, your factors for 6. Play Shazam. 1 and 6, 2 and 3. 3's already there. Shazam, you're done. Factors for 18. 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Can't write 4, can't write 5. 6 is already there. Shazam. You are done. So your common factors are going to be 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 6 and 6. So your greatest common factor is going to be 6. So your GCF equals 6. After you have that GCF, you're going to come back up here and simplify this fraction using that 6, that GCF. So you're going to divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So 6/18 simplified is going to be 1/3. Ooh, good work, 5th graders. Alright, your second example over here is going to be 11 and 55. Using the greatest common factor. Factor means T-chart. So write your T-charts, 1 and 11. And that's it, because 11 is prime. It only has 2 factors. You're going to come over here and do your T-chart for 55. And you're going to think to yourself, alright, 1 and 55, and then 5 and 11. Alright, what are your common factors? Your common factors are going to be 1 and 1, and 11 and 11. So your GCF that you're going to divide this fraction by is going to be 11. Write your fraction bar and then show up here. Alright, I'm going to divide by 11 because that's the GCF. 11 divided by 11 is 1. 55 divided by 11 is going to be 5. So 11 55ths simplified is 1/5. Moving right along, 5th graders, you're doing great. Write the following mixed number as an improper fraction. Alright, there's two ways that we can do this. The first way you can do it is drawing it out, and if that works for you, that's great. Do it. The other way is our popcorn method. I'm going to show both ways. You pick the way that works for you. Alright, remember, denominator is in control. Your 3 is your denominator. That's your bottom number. So each group is going to have 3 cubes. So I'm going to think to myself, alright, how many whole pieces do I have? I have 3 whole pieces. So I'm going to draw them out. Here's 1 whole. Here's 2 wholes. Here's 3 wholes. This is my whole number. 1, 2, 3. Denominator is in control. Each whole has 3 sections to it. So I'm going to split this into 3 sections. Denominator tells me how many sections each whole is in. Denominator is in control. There's 3 pieces in each whole. So here's my 1 whole. Here's my first whole, split into thirds. Here's my second whole, split into thirds. And here's my third whole, split into thirds. Alright, how many pieces are left over? Look at your numerator. That's 2. So I'm going to draw 2 single cubes out here, and I'm going to think to myself, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Miss O'Neill needs 11 cubes to be able to build this model. So 3 2/3 written as an improper fraction is going to be 11 over, denominator stays the same, 3. Miss O'Neill needs 11 cubes to build 3 2/3. Your other way that you can do it, if you don't care for drawing it out and you get popcorn, you can write your 3 2/3 over here, and you're going to think to yourself, alright, popcorn, and you're going to do your multiplying down here and your addition up top. So it's 3 times 3. Your addition's on top, plus 2. So if you like popcorn method, draw out your popcorn, put your multiply down here, and your plus up here. 3 times 3 plus your 2. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is going to be 11. So your fraction is going to be 11. Denominator stays the same. He's still in control. Is going to be 11/3. You get the same answer, 5th graders. 11/3 is up here and 11/3 is down here. If you like drawing it out, draw it out. That works. If you like the popcorn method, do the popcorn method. And in all actuality, the popcorn method is the same as drawing it out because you're doing 3 times 3. So you have 3 holes up here, 1, 2, 3, and each hole is into 3 parts. So it's 3 times your 3 plus your 2 that are left over up here. It does not matter which way you do it. You can either do the drawing or you can do the popcorn, whichever works for you. Alright, your last slide for your review. Write the following improper fraction as a mixed number. Again, I'm going to do it 2 ways. If you like drawing it out, draw it out. If you like doing top dog, because top dog is our improper fraction method to put it into a mixed number, you do top dog. We're going to talk about top dog in a minute, but over here I'm going to draw it out. 2 ways. It does not matter which way you do it, whichever works for you. So you're going to think to yourself, alright, how many cubes do I have? Miss O'Neill, I have I have 19 cubes. That's up here. Alright, so here we go. We're going to draw them out. And I'm going to think to myself, alright, there's 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me extend my page here. And I'm gonna go ahead and label them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I need to keep going. Here's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So here are my 19 cubes stacked together, and I'm going to think to myself, okay, that 19 came from the numerator. 19 cubes. Denominator is in control. Denominator says there's 4 blocks to make a whole. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to circle 4 blocks. These first 4 blocks make a 1 whole. These next 4 blocks makes 2 wholes. My next 4 blocks, 3 wholes. My next 4 blocks is 4 wholes. And then I have 3 left over. Do those make a whole? They don't. So I have to leave those separate. So I have 4. How many left over? 4 is your whole number. And then how many blocks do you have left over? You have 3 blocks left over. That's your numerator. Denominator is still in control. He's 4. So you created 4 wholes, 4 whole pieces, and 3 blocks were remaining. So 19 fourths equals 4 3/4. Alright, if you don't like drawing it out and you like the top dog method, you can do that. Top dog in the house. Here's your house. Remember that fraction bar means divide. So put your top dog in the house, which is going to be 19. Your denominator is in control. He's knocking at the door, and you divide. 19 divided by 4. This fraction bar means divide. So another way you can read this is 19 divided by 4. So when you go to divide this, 1 divided by 4 doesn't work. Mini x. 19 divided by 4. Reference your multiplication chart. It's going to be 4. 4 times 4 is going to be 16. You go to subtract. Your remainder is 3. You come back up here and write your remainder as a fraction. 3/4. So your answer is still 4 3/4. Same thing as over here as when you draw it. Miss Wiffle and I do not care if you draw it out or if you use the top dog method. Again, use the one that works for you. If you would like more examples of these questions, you may use your workbook. Look in your workbook and pull some questions for some more examples if you need to work them. Also, do not forget your notebook at school. You need to be bringing your notebook home, and you need to be bringing home your workbook if you would like extra problems to work. Alright, see you in class.